After attending the funeral of Hirokin Ankage, the Sidewinders notice an underwater explosion and get a brief message from Nezina Sana na Iktobi asking for help. The Sidewinders rushed into action and dove under the water to the underwater base the Quarian was working in. Claiming he had a suit puncture, however, Zargon returned to the surface. Upon investigating the base, the Sidewinders discovered that once again, Nezina had created Geth, who had got out of control and replicated themselves. Like their first time facing the artificial enemy, the Sidewinders dealt with the threat and sunk the base to the bottom of the ocean. When the group returned to the surface, however, they learned that Hirokin's body had been taken by the Void Wraith. Zargon came under suspicion when his story about the suit leak didn't check out, and it wasn't long until his treachery was uncovered. The Sidewinders quickly left Kage to try to track down the body nappers. Their chase led them to Omega, where they tried to use Zargon as bait to lure out the Void Wraith. While the plan worked, the body had already been handed off on Omega and could not be found. The Sidewinders did manage to at least obtain both Void Wraith ship, dubbed the Malkavian, and its pilot. While the Sidewinders had done this, human seasick trainee and recent victim of the Void Wraith, Rosa Rodriguez, had managed to capture Lissa Vasik, the pilot who had been linked into the attempted sabotage of Sentinel and shooting of Tess. While the Sidewinders returned to the Citadel from Omega, Rosa made her way back with Vasik's ship, the Priska. Both the Sidewinders and Rosa arrived on the Citadel, where Sergeant Tadami took possession of the various prisoners they had. Rosa not only had Lissa in her possession for the Sidewinders, but had an additional offer that might interest them. A deal from the STG that would lead to the Solarian group sharing information they might come across related to the Void Wraith. The deal required that the Sidewinders extract a Solarian scientist named Dorlan from a remote human base thought to be run by anti-alien extremists in order to find her brothers, and at Sergeant Tadami's recommendation, Rosa also requested to join the Sidewinders. Logain grudgingly accepted her admission. The Sidewinders left to rescue Dorlan in the Linnaeus system, with Nezina accompanying them to finish upgrading the Sentinel's VI. The alterations are complete in time for the upgraded VI, dubbed as Trish, to discover a remote base on planet P26007. Sneaking into the small base, the Sidewinders discovered that the base belonged to Eternal Earth. Not only was Dorlan being used to develop a bioweapon that would affect all non-human species, but they also had Asari neurospecialist Dr. Rana Thanoptis in their possession. Given how the humans involved were all racist extremists, the Sidewinders killed them and destroyed the research. Before they left the facility, Logain made sure a trap was set for any other Eternal Earth members that may visit the place in the future. With the problem dealt with, the Sidewinders rescued Dorlan and Rana and returned to the Citadel. With Sergeant Tadami learning from the Malkavian pilot that the Void Wraith had a base in the Tegani system, the Sidewinders immediately prepared to leave the Citadel to assault it. Their plan: to have the pilots sneak them all inside undetected. The base was located in an abandoned Volus facility on the planet Bala, and with the pilots' cooperation, the whole team managed to sneak aboard. With a new, complete map of the facility, the Sidewinders gradually took out Void Wraith inhabitants, gained control of the main security office, and manipulated the environmental controls to take out entire rooms of enemies without triggering any alarms. For a while, one section of the facility remained a mystery, but after securing the rest of the base, the Sidewinders managed to gain entry. Inside, they found equipment far more advanced than the rest and discovered that it was all being used to take advantage of a nearby spatial phenomenon to access medical records across the galaxy undetected. In order to make the most of this, the Void Wraith had both hired and blackmailed one of the creators of the original database, Dr. Nephalia Telosa, while Captain Atta was paying her sister's medical bills for her. Dr. Telosa also took pleasure in getting revenge for the fact that she was removed from the project centuries ago and was never credited or paid for her work on it. The Sidewinders learned that the reason the Void Wraith targeted the founding members of and other victims was because each of them possessed some unique medical condition that interested the mysterious leader of the Void Wraith, known as the Revenant. Tiala also learned that one of the Asari responsible for framing her decades ago had changed her name to Helania Zidana. Rather than taking Dr. Telosa with them back to the Citadel with the other Void Wraith captives, Loghain decided to contact Spectre Saren Arterius and hand both Dr. Telosa and the facility to the Citadel Council. Saren agreed and took charge of the facility, and the Sidewinders returned to the Citadel with more captured Void Wraith and another ship.